Shalom, shalom, people. Let me give us a sec. You know what I'm saying? We're still working on a few things. But let me get y'all entertained as we work on a few things. You know what I'm saying?
See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. Hey, hey. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. Left, right, left.
I can tell you what it feels like when them problems kicking in. I call it real life. Now I'm feeling trapped. Who can I trust? Second guessing everything. Who can I love? I remember sleeping on the floor, ready for whatever. I was sleeping by the door. I was down bad, didn't want no one to know. I was on my own, didn't have nowhere to go. Everything I seen was a test. I was born to be a soldier, nothing less. This is the life that I chose. This the life that I chose. This the life that I chose. This the life that I chose.
See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier.
This is the life that I chose.
See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier.
This is the life that I chose.
See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. Left, right, left.
All black is the uniform. Soldiers dead and gone, I'm forever pouring liquor for 'em. Try me on my brothers, and I'll be moving bodies for 'em. Came up out the struggle and maintained through the storm. Niggas dying for dead presidents, fucking up their residence. White man dirty tricks, they call this shit politics. Vagabonds, and they some natural born lunatics. That what they is. They shut you down when you speaking truth. It black boots when you in the truth. It black boots when you in the truth. This is the life that I chose, nigga.
See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. Left, right, left.
Preaching prophet of the Lord, gotta teach his people, exposing all the lies with the truth. Now they can see the evil, we the lost children of the Lord. Y'all should holler, chopping heads off with my sword. Holy Bible, one west, one west, one west, one west, one west, till they bury me. One west, one west, one west, one west, one west, till they bury me. I'm really in. Started on the streets back in '69. Read it in the record, now I want what's mine. Came up from the dust, now you see the shine. Ain't no cowards in my camp, all we know is grind. Priest and prophet of the Lord, gotta teach this people. Exposing all the lies with the truth. Now they can see the evil, we the lost children of the Lord. Y'all should holler, chopping heads off with my sword. Holy Bible, one West, one West, one West, one West, one West, till they bury me. One West, one West, one West, one West, hey, one West, till they bury me. Well, it's verse 2 when it's game time. Shield of David, no gang sign. Nothing but truth that we bring to you. Change on the spirit, we breaking loose. Repent for your sins and from within. Become a new man and then you stand for all the people who need you. Damn right we gon' teach you. Caught a preacher man be lying, telling all them lies, but he still wants your ties. For the new car he drives, it's not time that we wake up. Ain't no devil gon' save us. All we need is the truth. 144 in them boots. Priest and prophet of the Lord, gotta teach this people. Exposing all the lies with the truth. Now they can see the evil, we the lost children of the Lord. Y'all should holler, chopping heads off with my sword. Holy Bible, one West, one West, one West, one West, one West, till they bury me. One West, one West, one West, one West, one West, till they bury me.
How I'm supposed to live in America. Every day it's open season on niggas in America. The boys in blue hunting down my kinfolk in America. They teach their children to hate my black skin right here in America. Indoctrinating us to worship them in America. Stuck in the church, still the trend in America. For centuries we've been trying to make friends with America. The oppression's engineered to be perpetual in America. How we supposed to separate our sins from America's? Martin Luther King's dream, been a nightmare in America. Strange fruit still swinging from the trees in America. It's been a means to an end to live in peace in America. How time we recognized who the devil is in America. We've been desperate to be free from America. Separation is key when you look anything like me.
Here in America. Here in America. Here in America. Here in America. Hey, looking at myself like damn, what it do? Looking in the mirror like damn, who are you? I'm a new man, and them haters, they can't stand it. I'm 38 hot and them haters, they can't fan it. Listen to my words, I can tell you what it feels like when the stomach go to hurt. This is real life. In the dark, late again on them bills, right? Got pulled over, so damn it, I can't breathe right. Tell me what that place you call home. Tell me who can you depend on? Can they get it in the end zone? How will you end up all alone? All the things that I seen getting scarier. This the life that we live when we live in America. Live in America.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah. If you don't know how to move, I can tell you. If you don't know who is who, I can tell you. If you ask me what is true, I can tell you. If you ask me what it do, I can tell you. See, I read it in the scriptures, it was line upon line, precept on the
What up, though, Detroit? You trying to ride, I'm trying to slide, letting them know how you feeling inside. They took our fathers and they left our mothers to cry. Now somebody gotta die, no matter the pain. They always saw something to gain, tears flowing in the rain. Crabs in the bucket, I wanna just chuck it. Like niggas be free in this world but don't love it, just fuck it insane. Angels is calling my name, what they saying ain't the same. Giving me orders like you must be ready to die. The only way you seeing change, and if you complain, well, when you complain, remember this is for the pain. The life, the death, the rise, the fall. This is the finale and we want it all, no matter the time. Vengeance is mine, no really is his, but he using my nine. There's no mistake when you dealing with fate. Life is a bitch and she fixing my plate. Now asking for seconds, that's all I can take. Now 2 seconds later, she baking the cake. Don't want no more problems, I need to skate. She offer again, I'm like, bitch, I just ate. They want us to live without counting the weight, but often no help when we starting to shake. They want us to stop while I'm fresh out of break, so I'm hitting the gas on these turns that I make. Present us with problems, how do we solve them? I'm with subtracting the niggas that caused them. No need to worry, not here for no glory. Just thought I'd shed light on this page on my story. The finale.
We are out there. Let us know where you at. Let us know where you at.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, coming out.
The brother locked me out. He said he's coming. Boy, where you coming?
See, when I say top three, I mean I'm one West. Either you get it or you don't. Simple as that. I'm gonna show y'all why. Let's get it. I just float with it. Fuck what you did, I'm at your throat with it. You can learn something, take a note with it. Dedicated my life, I took an oath with it. For the blood of my brothers, we don't do no switching. I run with who I run with, ain't no clicking. Try me, do you done with no decision. Lead a scene like a Mack truck with 4 collisions. Poles everywhere, but they ain't gon' vote dissing. Coming at you live and direct, I don't do no dissing. Don't try this, it's just practice, but it's my risk. I can freeze time, look at my wrist. Bloodline and Lion of Judah, I'm hybrid, cause I'm the go-to. Trying to reign forever, man, who chose you? Niggas thinking that they high, I say I'm cold too. Never go against the cold or it's cold blue. That's my vibe with it. I got 10% of your memory. Pay tithes with it. Keep a piece of your apple so I don't FaceTime with it. If we fall out, I don't burn bridges, I bomb bridges. Can't deny the truth for greatness, fall in line with it. Can't beat us, join us. One West where you find niggas. Rap what I rap about, don't confuse my squad, nigga. The difference is we know you hope that guy with you. Enjoy the fruits of my labor with a banana clip, my mind different. You would think that Bitcoin fell the way these stockpiling. Green beans with supersonic rays, I am not island. Be a high head, get a heat seeker, so stop wildin'. Big dog to you little pups, so stop growling. I'm my only competition, there is no challenge. I do this in my sleep, man, I am not lying. Different breed, pick a choose, I can switch the lead. Ain't no up in the score, cause we ain't switching leads. Watch who you call your dog or you be picking fleas. Or get a drum roll like a 2-piece in a biscuit, please. You ain't got enough stripes just to sit with me. On top of the food chain, you can't get with me. Coded to the common cold, you ain't as sick as me. Moses to your wave, got a stab that can split your seed. I make everything high. I took a bar off, all I did was breathe. Championship games, I treat them as practice. Look at niggas' career high, like, yeah, that's what I average. I do this with my eyes closed and walking backwards. See, I call them trophies, but you know them as caskets. Everybody energy change up when it's static. T.I. with the fittest, too many ways niggas cap it. We taking new soldiers every day, put your app in. Taking new soldiers every day, put your app in. Okay, that's enough, man. That's enough, man. That's enough, man. We done.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. Going on, black folk? What's going on? Hey, Ricard, man, you can put your camera back on, B. You can put your camera back on. You can unmute. Let's see, am I able to unmute you? Yep. 1, 2, 1, 2. It is what it is. But shalom, shalom, everybody. Yo, this is Priest and Officer Ricard. All y'all hitting you up out of the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. I'm here with my brother Ricard. You know what I'm saying? We're going to give it to you live and direct, man. We're going to bang on this holiday that y'all about to celebrate on Thursday. We about to bang on it. Make sure that y'all might question yourselves and your own morality. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to this evil, wicked day that y'all celebrating right now. But we about to get into it. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. I don't even know. I had a whole damn joint up there. Give me a second, yo. Hold on. Yeah, I lost that verse. I mean that article that I have. I'm gonna get a new one popping up. Wait for my brother to join back in. Oh, let me see what's up with him. Where he at? You know what I'm saying? But we out here and we're gonna talk about it real quick. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, a lot of y'all out here celebrating this holiday. And y'all have been deceived. Y'all have been lied to about its origins. You know what I'm saying? All through elementary school, we came to the notion that the pilgrims and the natives got together to celebrate a harvest. That's what we was taught. We was taught that they band together to celebrate a harvest, right? Let's talk about it. Is that the truth, or is that some lie they've been teaching us in elementary school? Let me tell you something. Our kids are retarded. Well, Slovakia, let me choose better words. Our kids are not as educated as kids outside of this country because the simple fact is, this country stay lying to our children. This country stay lying to them, talking this and talking that, not knowing that the rest of the world is teaching the truth. The rest of the world would tell you that Thanksgiving is a slaughter of the native people. It's a celebration of the slaughter of the native people. You know what I'm saying? That's what this world will let you believe. You know what I'm saying? So I want to get into this article real quick. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get into it. Wow, wow, wow. Nobody asked for any freaking what's the name, man. Hold on. All right, we're about to get into it. From the old article I was reading, right? Now, this story is straight up and down something that was shed by the other side. You know what I'm saying? What we learn is the lies that our enemies teach us. But this is the history viewed from the other side of it. These are native. This is an article out of a Native American, you know what I'm saying, website. You know what I'm saying? The Potawatomi Nation. You know, the people of the place of the fire. And they are straight up going to let you know the true history, the true dark history of Thanksgiving. And this article was written November 25th, 2020. You know what I'm saying? Not that long ago. Let's read it. Although many Potawatomi and others across the United States celebrate Thanksgiving, and that's sad. That is absolutely sad that Native Americans are celebrating Thanksgiving too. But they're only celebrating because the lies that was taught, the lies that the natives and the pilgrims got along and celebrated due to a harvest. But once you understand the truth about it, the question is, will you continue to celebrate it? Where's your morals at? Thanksgiving, the factual history behind the holiday is something to be less than thankful for. While communing with loved ones and showing appreciation for the bounties and gift provided is one positive aspect of the national holiday. See, that's what we are taught to believe. We are taught to believe that this holiday is about. We are taught to believe that this holiday is about us loving one another. We are taught that this holiday is about being thankful for what you have. We are taught that this holiday is about gathering family together and praising God for what He has done for us. That's what we are taught that this Thanksgiving is about. And what does this article say about it? Let's read. Teaching a false narrative of its beginnings perpetuates colonialism and, and ignores more than 400 years of atrocities committed against Native Americans and First Nations people. Like, those are the lies that we were taught. And those lies are perpetuating colonialism and ignores the pain and the struggles and the hell that our Native American brothers and sisters went through. So when you celebrate in Thanksgiving, you are ignoring the hell that those brothers and sisters went through. You are ignoring how they slaughtered and burnt the bodies, like burnt them alive. They slaughtered natives and they captured the women and the children and burnt them alive. How they took Metacom's head and put it on the stake. And that head was on the stake for decades. Metacom's head was on a stake for decades. And we ignore this pain just for a slice of turkey. Just to eat at a table with that filthy uncle that's been molesting you your whole life. Just to pray over some pork with your grandma. That's what we've been doing. You know what I'm saying? Bear with me. You know what I'm saying? Bear with me. Bear with me. You know what I'm saying? Salakia. You know what I'm saying? That's disrespectful. That's absolutely disrespectful. You ignore the pain of another nation, of another set of people. At least that's what you believe. You believe that they are not your people. They are another set of people. Native Americans and Black people are not the same. That's what you believe. So you think that their pain is worth celebrating. You think our enemies conquering them is a worthy celebration. And you ignore the hell they went through so you can have some turkey and some cranberry sauce with a uncle that molested you and your sisters. You know what I'm saying? With a mother that neglected you, with an auntie that keeps on, you know what I'm saying, fondly touching you in the wrong manner. You know what I'm saying? With a cousin that's high as can be on every type of drug there is. And you think this is a worthy reason to forget about their pain. And it's absolutely disgusting, man. It's absolutely disgusting. You will forget about their 400 years of atrocities, you know what I'm saying, just so you can celebrate your holiday. You know what I'm saying? But let's get with it. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue reading. It just disregards the centuries of brutality against Native Americans and chooses to take this one tiny snapshot in the world of social media it puts all the pretty filters on it so that it doesn't look the way it truly did. So basically, it's saying that America has whitewashed the true history of Thanksgiving. It prettied it up, it put some makeup on it, it doctored it up. It made it look real nice. It made it look real nice. But on Thursday, y'all don't care. It's like when you see a man that puts on a filter on social media to look like a woman and you think that he's cute. You've been lied to. You've been deceived. And you should question yourself all about it. You know what I'm saying? Shalom. How about Shimmy Shabaraka Thug? Officer Rakabi.
Hey, Shalom. Shit, thug.
You know what I'm saying?
What's happening?
Yeah, I'm giving the history of Thanksgiving for the moment.
Okay, Most High in Christ.
I'm up on a native website that is describing it because, through all our lives, we've been hearing the Europeans' view and history and origins of Thanksgiving.
That's right.
That's the only view that we've been able to hear. Now, I discovered a native, website that talks about it. I discovered a native website that speaks on it. You know what I'm saying? That lets us know what the true history is. Now, since you're in the room, I'm going to read it for the beginning real quick. I only read like one paragraph worth. So I'm going to read it from the beginning to catch you up.
Okay, Most High in Christ.
You know what I'm saying? So we on the Great Seal of the Citizens of Potawatomi Nation, the people of the place of the fire. The True Dark History of Thanksgiving, which was written November 25th, 2020.
Okay.
And it states, although the Potawatomi and others across the United States celebrate Thanksgiving, the factual, that's sad that natives are celebrating Thanksgiving. That's depressing to me. But
yeah,
let's continue. The factual history behind the holiday is something to be less than thankful for. While communing with loved ones and showing appreciation for the bounties and gifts provided is one positive aspect of the national holiday. Now, what I'm talking about here is how that's a deceit that they tell you. They tell us that's what the holiday is about. They tell us that it's about being thankful to God about what has been provided. It's about coming together with family. It's about this and it's about that, but that's not true. And if I continue reading, it says, teaching a false narrative of its beginnings perpetuates colonialism and ignores more than 400 years of atrocities committed against Native Americans and First Nations people. Now, I want you to understand, I want the people to understand when they are celebrating Thanksgiving, they are ignoring the pain and suffering that the Native brothers and sisters went through. They are ignoring it. They think it's more important to they believe it's more important to, have that turkey next to that perverted uncle. They think it's more important to pray over that ham with that grandma. They think it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go through hell in your own families and y'all come together with the same people that brought you through hell to celebrate the hell of another nation. It's absolutely disgusting. And now that I caught you up, that's where it was at. You got anything to drop on it?
Yeah. That's heavy. That's heavy that you dropping that. Because what I want to know is, see, everybody tries to make it seem like as if, we're doing too much or, we're diving too deep in it or what have you. But this is just the reality of it. And anybody that's not a slave can clearly see that the stance that we're taking is the stance that somebody who has love for themselves and their people could appreciate, right? For example, I want to know if the family members uh, of those people in Lewiston, Maine, that lost their lives by the hands of that terrorist, Robert Card, I want to know if they would sit down with his family and have dinner.
Hold on,
Right?
hold on. You got to expound. Have dinner about what?
About, the coming together of two people, the coming together of, the love and happiness of it
Right?
all. I don't know. I don't understand it. I can't make sense of it. But I don't know what they're coming together about. I don't know what they're being thankful for. What are you thankful for? What are you being thankful for? Thanksgiving is supposed to be a day that you show that you being thankful for for what you have for your family, right?
Yeah.
How are you going to show your family that you're thankful for them if you sit down with the same family that unalived them and break bread and sit at that table when no justice was received? This bring me to a point where, if I could, this devil in Lewiston, Maine, he had actually did a he was interviewed about the incident, right?
Yeah.
And he was interviewed about the incident. Bear with me. Let me see, because I got this, and this is what he said. What he said about what happened and what should happen is very interesting. Very interesting. Hold on, let me see.
Were you trying to share your screen?
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up right now. Let me just. I
Oh,
just
because
want
if
to
you're
get.
trying to share it, I got to stop sharing mine. So let me
I
stop sharing
wasn't.
mine real quick. Oh, you're not going to
Oh,
share it?
okay. Oh no, I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna see. That's why I was pulling it up. But let me just make sure.
Okay, I
Make sure
stopped
this is
sharing
it.
mine. I stopped sharing mine. You should be able to share yours.
Okay. This is. They trying to hit me with the ad. Hold on. They trying
Of
to hit
course,
me
they're
with
going
the
to
ad.
hit you with ads. That's a skip.
It's important.
Our enemy's all about his money, man. That's why Thanksgiving is such an important holiday, because he's about making that money. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to buy that turkey. You got plenty of food in the house, but you're going to spend your $50, $60 on the turkey, or you're going to go to some type of food line and try to get a free turkey and take it away from somebody that actually needs it. You know what I'm saying? That's what our enemy's about, making that money.
Oh, here we go. Oh, Salah.
Oh, he's there.
Oh yeah. Hold on. This is ugly, man. This is ugly. They say, I wonder why this taken down from YouTube for violating community standards. This is what I want to know. Hold on.
Oh, because it ain't telling the
Listen
truth.
to this. Yep. Yep. This is ridiculous. Let me see. The volume is all the way up.
4.3 million.
I heard it. It's breaking up, though. You got to stay on the screen that you are showing it on.
I want the police force to empty every single round that they have into his chest. I think we also.
I said you got to stay on the screen. Don't come back to the I said don't come back to the restream. Stay on the YouTube where you're showing it, and it won't be so
okay.
sticky. Yeah, stay
Okay.
on it, and it won't skip so much.
Okay.
3 million. Yeah. And as much as I want the police force to empty every single round that they have into his chest.
Whoa.
I think almost wants him to give some sort of answer, but there's not going to be one answer he gives that's going to make sense.
Woo! Not going to be one answer he gives that makes sense for any of us. He wants us. Let me unshare this before we get back to oh my God, you heard that, right?
Yeah, I heard that. That was actually different. I never heard them being so unforgiving toward their own.
Wow, he wants the police force to empty every round that they have into his chest. And
into Robert Carr's chest, right?
Huh?
Into Robert Carr's chest, right?
That's right. Yep.
Wow.
He wants them to, because he unalived their people. And then he said, there's no answer he could give. There's no answer that he could give that would make any sense as to why he did what he did. But yet and still, they expect us to understand why they did what they did to our people. That don't make no sense to me. Everybody can receive justice. Everybody can expect to receive justice and be as verbal about it as they want to be without any restriction. But the moment that we say something about our people receiving justice for what happened to them, you know what I mean? We're criminalized for it. We're racist. You know what I mean? We're a hate group because we verbalize, we express that we want justice for what happened to our people by the hands of the oppressor. You know what I mean? Just like those people were oppressed in Maine that day. And they felt it. And there's nothing you could do to make, and then for other things that I saw surrounding that, right? It said that basically neighbors to Robert Card's family said that he was his family was going to have to live with that stigma. They were going to have to live with that stigma for a long time. They said one cat, their next door neighbor said, I feel bad for how, the rest of the community is basically going to view them moving forward because they're associated with him.
I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to bring up a few points.
Mm-hmm.
Caucasians have a history of unaliving the whole world, right?
Yeah.
That's one point. And then you got this, let's say Kyle Rittenhouse, who was praised amongst Caucasians. Mm-hmm. And guess who he killed? He killed Caucasians.
Yep.
But those Caucasians seem to be what you would call traitors to Caucasians because they were siding with the BLM movement. So let me guess. Robert Carr his family got to live with the stigma of his people, of him unaliving Caucasians.
Mm-hmm.
But those Caucasians were good old boys. Is that the
You said there was what? I'm sorry.
Those Caucasians that he deleted must have been good old boys.
Oh yeah.
Because the simple fact is, he wanted to empty out a clip in Robert Carr's chest. Does he want to empty out a clip in Kyle Rittenhouse? I mean, they both deleted Caucasians. They both are Caucasian men that deleted Caucasians.
Yeah.
But one is upheld and one is, you got to empty out a clip on. The question is, why does he need a clip emptied out on him for?
Right. Damn right.
So I think it's because Kyle killed those Caucasians that some of us would like to believe are allies. They're not our allies. But Robert Carr, deleted those who basically they weren't the same. They wasn't sellouts to their own people. That's just my theory on it. But continue with what you were coming with, bro.
Nah, that's definitely another aspect of it. I definitely see where you're coming from. But where I was going with it is like, even if we extract race out of the picture, as far as who was executed, right?
Yeah,
Oh, no, we can't do that. But
I'm trying to hear you out, bro.
they're meaning, okay, their political
It's social
associations
media.
or what have you. It does, whatever philosophy they was entangled in. If we remove that aspect from it all, you know what I mean, and we just look at it on a base level, we'll see that this devil, he can clearly empathize with the oppression or the destruction of his people. He can clearly empathize with it, and it is absolutely natural and normal for him to want justice for what happened to him and for what
Yeah,
happened to people. Okay, but the thing is that it's only abnormal when we empathize with the oppression and the destruction that happens to our people. And that's what I really just wanted to hit on right there. That's what I don't understand. And even on YouTube, what he said was, oh my God, it was so vulgar. The reporter didn't even blink. Nobody blinked. Nobody moved. When he said it, it was just, yeah, you know.
he said it
But
was so vulgar.
uh, yeah, that video didn't get removed for violating YouTube's community guidelines.
He literally. It's funny because YouTube guidelines say if you are wishing death upon another person, that is, something that could take you down.
That's what I'm
When
saying.
you are inciting violence,
Right.
it's something that could take you down. But that didn't get taken down. No, why? Because he's not black.
Yeah. He's not,
He's
and the
not black.
only people that in this kingdom that can't receive justice for what happened to them is so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people. That's the only people. And Thanksgiving is a clear representation of that. Okay, clear representation of it. But I'm gonna let you go ahead, Salaki. I know you got more on that article.
Yeah, I'm about to read more on that article. Let's get with it. It just disregards the centuries of brutality against Native Americans and chooses to take this one tiny snapshot. And in the world of social media, it puts all the pretty filters on it so that it doesn't look the way it truly did. Like that shows you the type of world that we live in today. Because the history of America, and especially Thanksgiving, is an ugly history.
Yeah.
So the way they get us to celebrate it is to put those pretty filters on it, put those lies on it. And I was telling brothers like, yo, you celebrating Thanksgiving is similar to you checking out a chick on Facebook that got all those filters on it, and just to find out it is a big burly man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
That
mm,
is basically catfishing.
mm.
The history of Thanksgiving is a catfish.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of lies.
Hey, oh snap.
Yeah, it's a bunch of lies tuned to have black and Hispanics celebrating the slaughter of their own brothers.
Yeah.
Natives are our brothers, man. They go through the same hell that we went through, if not worse. These brothers were unalive, what, about almost 200 years before we became enslaved? They had to deal with the since 1492.
Yeah.
Since 1492. We ain't come through till 1619. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yo, they went through a whole lot of hell within those 100, It's some odd years, man.
Mm.
A lot of hell. Remember, the first part of the transatlantic slave trade is Native Americans going towards Spain and England. That's the first part of the transatlantic slave trade. It was natives and indigenous people to this side of the world, which is the Tainos, which is the all the brothers on this side of the globe being sent to over there.
That's right. Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Sorry to all my fellow Negroes out there that like to think we're special because of the transatlantic slave trade. No, it did not start with us. It started with our brothers that was up in this hell on this side. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to continue with this article. All right.
And if I could just drop one quick point, I ain't gonna be too long on it.
No, just drop it on.
Yeah, because when you read there, it said so basically what the so-called Native Indian community is expressing on that website is that they have experienced for over 400 years of brutalization, of inhumane cruelty by the hands of the oppressor, which means what? The oppressor has been being an inhumane, cruel, brutal person on the face of the earth for over 400 years. Okay?
Right.
And they've unalived people. They've taken people's women, done unholy. Okay? They enslaved people. Okay? And, you know, they experience a incident of, you know, which in comparison to the Native Indians is, you know, microscopic. You know what I mean? But they want us to empathize with them. But how much more should we empathize with the people that have been brutalized for over 400 years? You know what I mean?
You're bringing up an interesting point.
Yeah.
Before I get with this,
yeah. So it's loud.
Before I get with back to the article, I'm going to let you finish. Before I get back to that article, I'm going to get to that interview we had.
Oh, okay. No, you got it.
Oh, you good? All right, let me get with the interview. All right, bear with me 1 second, y'all.
Shalom, priest and officer Rakar Ariel of the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge under Commander General Yohana, and I'm here with
Rolando Carr.
Rolando Carr. How you feeling, brother?
I feel all right.
Do you know what's going on in the Middle East right now?
Just what I see in the news, the war that's going on.
Yeah, that war is taking over the news right now, man. You got Israel feeling some type of way about being attacked by Hamas, so they just in there killing everybody, right? So I got a few questions for you. Do you know who and what the Hamas is?
Nah. What I see on the news, they some kind of militant groups that over there, I guess, taking over the country.
You're exactly right. They are a militant group, and some people believe them to be freedom fighters. You know, the Palestinians believe them to be freedom fighters, representative of their people, and Israel believe them to be terrorists. You know what I'm saying? And that's one question. And let me get another one. Who do you believe to be in the right in that situation?
I believe whoever country it is. I mean, what is they really fighting for?
Well, you got it right. You asked whoever country it is, because that's exactly what they're fighting over. Who's
like? I just want to bring up a point real quick. When our oppressor came over here, they were invaders just like Israel was invaders to the Palestinians, right? They came over, they tried to take over and all that. So if you feel for Palestine, you should be feeling for the Native American people. I just want to put that out there real quick, but let's continue.
Land that is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you. So whose land is it, and how much land are they fighting over?
This land is the Native Americans' land. But let's continue.
Oh, they're fighting over the land of Israel. They want the whole land of Israel, which is actually historically bigger than what it is today. Okay. Now, who land does it actually belong to? It belongs to Black, Hispanic, and Native people. That's actually our land, because we are the true Jews that the Bible speaks of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We are God's true chosen people. Now, they fighting over something that don't belong to them. Right. You know what I'm saying? But I got another question for you. Even though Hamas threw rockets first in this most recent war, do you believe that Israel should forgive them and turn the other cheek?
Oh, no. Hell no. I mean, they killing innocent people.
Hey, hold on, man. We gotta pause it right there. Oh, hell no. Hell no. No.
So Israel has the right to go on to full out war with the people that attacked it. You know what I'm saying? Israel has that right. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy because the brother, I don't think he fully thought out what he was asking. I don't think he fully thought out what he was being asked, and he just answered out of emotion. The Christianity came out, the brother. Israel has the right to defend themselves, but he fully forgot that the natives had the right to defend themselves. Us blacks and Hispanics had the right to defend ourselves. But let's see how where the interview goes. You know what I'm saying? Let's see how much further it goes.
Over there, man. Children, you know. I mean, that's not a good thing, man. That's cruel and unusual punishment for those people, man. I mean, you got people getting killed that don't even know what's going on and are not even involved in the war, you know. So it's not right to just kill people off, man, without having it to hear they say so, you know.
Okay, I understand. Now, here's an extra question. I got two more questions for you.
Yeah.
Now, seeing how Israel don't have to forgive and forget, when it comes to Black and Hispanic and the crimes that was done to them, why are we always told to forgive and forget? Why are we always told to turn the other cheek?
Well,
yo, you heard that long ass pause?
Well, brother, you see, Jesus loves everybody, brother.
Right? That's what it
we
is.
should all love, and you know.
Oh man,
Christ died for us.
Right? Let's keep it going.
The way I see it personally is that white folks done did us wrong so many years, and now times is turning. You know, they want us to forgive them, but yet, you know, they haven't give us nothing back for all them years. They punished us, enslaved us, you know, murder us, and it's still going on. You know, look at the police system.
Now you hear him what he's saying, right? Everything that he's saying is correct.
That's right.
But will he straight up come out and say that no, we should not forgive him?
No.
Nah.
Can I get a hold Salah, if I could? Can I get a hell no? No. I need one of them for that question.
Yo, we need a soundboard for that. We need a soundboard.
I need one of those for that question.
You talk about that song, hell no.
No. That's what he just said.
He sure did.
When you asked him if they should forgive each other, he said, hell no. No.
Nah, but when it comes to us forgiving them, he want to come up with an excuse, and he's doing a horrible job.
Well, brother, Just hold on. Let's see what he said.
He
Let's
did
see.
a horrible, I watched this like 30 times. He did a horrible job. He gave us every reason not to forgive him.
Yeah.
And never said that we should not forgive him. But let's continue.
Oh, Salakia, you got the video turned off.
Oh, snap. My bad. Slock, y'all, we new to this, not true to this yet. Let me bring it back a few seconds.
Still going on. You know, look at the police system. You know, they killing us just an assumption. You know, you go in your pocket. I personally got shot too, just going in my pocket in Franklin Hill projects, you know.
Yeah,
So, you know, I was just lucky I didn't die, but I got shot straight in my back, you know.
Most High in Christ for that, man.
Yeah.
Now you hear this. This brother went through the hell himself. He went through the hell himself. Got shot in the back by the police for reaching in his pocket. The police probably asked him to get something out of his pocket on top of that, like your ID or something. And the brother still got shot.
Yep.
And he still won't say we should not forgive them.
Now, as black people, should we be like Israel and not forgive and forget?
I don't think we should forget. Never forget. I mean, we could forgive, but we don't forget that.
Now you hear that?
Yeah.
Yo, the brother
We
went
should
through the
forget.
hell himself.
Yeah.
We should never forget, but we can forget.
Yeah.
Should Israel forgive? Nah, Israel don't have to forget. Nah, but he gotta forgive. I want to make it so personal. He has to forgive. Why does he have to forgive and Israel doesn't?
Yeah.
And my thing is this, right? We are so prone to take on the side of Israel, take on the side of Palestine, and not take on the side of our own.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why we celebrate Thanksgiving, because we don't care about the pain and the struggles of our own people. You know what I'm saying? We don't understand that. These Native American brothers and sisters, they're going through hell to this day on reserves that they tell everybody is their land, but it's not. That land is still our enemy's possession. That's why they could drill and do whatever else, make all the pipelines they want through it. Because it's not the native people's land.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We are so brainwashed to believe that, how may I put it? We are so brainwashed to believe that our enemy is actually giving a damn about us. That's why we are told to forgive them. We believe every incident that we go through is isolated. It was just them people. It's just them. It's not all of them. Well, guess what, Israel? It's not all the Palestinians. But who is the majority of the people that's killed? The Palestinians. Now, believe me, I'm not siding with the Palestinians, but I'm just using them as a talking point to show that we as blacks and Hispanics should not be siding with them.
Yeah.
We should be doing Zephaniah 2 and 1. Plain and simple. We should be gathering together and only depending on each other instead of joining with our enemies and celebrating the slaughter of our own people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get back to the article. You got anything to add to it?
Nah, you hit it right on it. You hit it right on it. You know what I mean?
The brother
it's
was
just
out something.
we clearly see
he was talking. The brother was talking. He was talking. He brought up his own pain just to say that we do not have to, that we should forgive them. He said all that to say that we should forgive.
And you know what? Now that you say that, right? That's a point that a lot of people that try to come up against us use is that oh, you weren't a slave, you weren't on a plantation, you didn't pick cotton, you didn't get your back beat in by the slave master, okay? But here we got this brother. He knows the history. He knows black people been on plantations. He know they got their backs beat in by the slave master. Okay. He know we was forced to pick the cotton. He knows all the unaliving we've suffered by the hands of the oppressor.
Right.
Right.
This day.
And not only does he know the history of it, but he has a personal experience, okay, where he suffered an act of violence by an oppressor because you know why, and he knows why, and that's why he's mentioning it here.
Right.
He's mentioning it here because he knows he was shot through his back for going in his pocket by a police officer because he is a black man.
And remember, he actually said the
That's
police
why.
officer assumed he had some.
That's what I'm saying. But he assumed he had something because he was a brother.
Exactly.
Because if it was a Caucasian, it would not have been the same thing that happened. But I don't even want to go down that road. But the only thing I'm trying to really focus in on here is that he's mentioning the fact that he was shot through the back by an oppressor for something that was unjust because he was a black man. That's why he's mentioning that. And he wasn't on a slave, he wasn't a slave on a plantation picking cotton, but he did experience he was never lynched, but he did experience an act of violence from an oppressor due to him being a black man.
Right.
He did experience that. Okay. And even with that experience, because of Christianity, you know, he believes that, well, we should never forget, but we can forgive. We can forgive when in Christian doctrine, which if anybody doesn't know why we saying, should Israel and Palestine turn the other cheek? Okay, turning the other cheek in Christian doctrine is forgiving. Okay, turning the other cheek in in doctrine is forgiving without uh, limitations.
Right.
Right? That's what it is. So no matter what somebody does to you, turn the other cheek. Turn the other cheek and just keep letting them hit you. That's what it is. Of course, we have the truth and we know what that breakdown is, but they think it just means to let someone continue con- continue to abuse you to the point of no end, and you are required to forgive them. And that is Christianity 101, and that is what has been instilled in black and Hispanic people since day one.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's why this brother can understand oppression and justice outside of his nation. He can understand it. He can understand going to war because you have been unalived, because acts of war have been committed against you. He cannot by another nation. He can understand that clearly. But when you bring it home, he can't digest that. For him, he has to revert back to what Master has taught him, to what he's been learning in that Christian church, which is always forgive Master. Master can do no wrong.
No wrong.
You understand? Servants, obey your master. That's what they teach it when you was a slave, right?
Mm-hmm.
Serve obey your masters. You know what I mean? Uh, but obey them to the point of no end. You know what I mean? But it's crazy. It's crazy that he can go there and he can explore all the pain and suffering that our people went through by the hands of another nation. And his conclusion is to forgive, but he can analyze, two nations that are not his own having conflict with each other and realize that the conflict should not cease, that they should not forgive each other. You know what I mean? They should continue to war with each other. That's what he's saying, right?
It's literally
They
what
should
he's saying.
they should continue to unalive each other,
And,
because if they don't forgive each other, what would forgiving each other do? It would make them have to stop fighting each other.
and to make it worse, I hope and I pray to the Most High that that fighting spirit ain't taken out of the majority of the brothers that are in our nation. That brother's fighting spirit is whipped out of him. It's gone. It's gone.
Yeah.
And our oppressor in Christianity is to blame for that.
Mm.
They are fully to blame for that. But let me continue with this article.
And if I could, real quick, if I may, I'm not gonna be long.
All right, go
Not
in,
gonna
go
be
in.
long.
We got time.
But when you said the fighting spirit, you said when you had mentioned that fighting spirit, that made me reference back to the Montgomery boat brawl. That fighting spirit ain't took out of black people.
Oh yeah,
That fighting spirit is not took out of black people.
that
Okay,
should be our thing.
I think we need to see more of that.
Yeah,
I think we need to see more. Not that I'm encouraging violence, but I'm just saying we need to see black people sticking up for black people.
look,
Right?
look.
I mean, and it was a beautiful, if I may, it was a beautiful thing. The black people was wearing folding chair earrings and necklaces and t-shirts, and you know what I mean? They had the TikTok videos going on with the chair. I said, God damn.
Let me take it a bit further. Let me take it a bit further. That should be our Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That should literally be the day that we should be celebrating.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't be celebrating our enemies' victories over us. We should be celebrating our victories over him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
that was a beautiful thing. That was a beautiful thing, and we need more of that, like you were saying.
Like you brought on something heavy too, because who celebrates their losses? Like, does the NBA go to the playoffs and the team that loses the play in the playoffs celebrates them losing?
Salakia,
Mm-hmm.
understand this. You got to expect Black, Hispanic, and Native people to celebrate losses. You know why? Because we've been fighting for equality. We've been fighting the tie. Winning is not in our vocabulary.
Yeah.
So the thought of us celebrating wins, the thought of us fighting back, the thought of us taking over, the thought of us having supremacy and superiority as God has said we are, that will not enter our mind. That's how badly beaten we are.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We fight for ties. We fight for ties, and we are happy with being second. That's why we are so quick to fight each other for second and third place.
Heavy.
The contention between Black, Natives, and Hispanic is only for second place in this country.
Yeah. And that's why we here. We here to teach our people that fighting for second place is not a normal thing that people do. That's all I'm saying is it's not a normal thing people do. And if you are, satisfied with being runner up, then maybe you need to evaluate yourself. Maybe you need to examine things a little more in depth and understand that that's just not a natural thing to do. You know what I mean? But even on a grand scale of things, like no other nation does that.
None.
No other nation celebrates their defeats on the battlefield.
Salakia.
You understand?
What is Israel and Palestine fighting over right now? To be number one in that area, to own that area, to have rule and supremacy in that area.
If Israel takes that land, do you think Hamas is going to celebrate it?
Nah, I don't think.
They're not going to celebrate it.
Mm.
Who's going to celebrate? Israel is going to celebrate their victory over Palestine.
Matter of fact, let me take it further. Do you think Saudi Arabians will be celebrating along with Israel? Mind you, Saudi Arabia is allies with Israel. But do you think they will celebrate the slaughter of their own people? They do recognize that they're all Arabs. They're all descendants of Ishmael. Do you think Saudi Arabia would celebrate the demise of the Palestinians along with Israel?
Yeah.
Right now, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and all those Western-friendly Arab countries, the United Arab Emirates and all them, they literally are being quiet about this thing. They're not getting involved at all.
Yeah.
Because they want to keep their Western ties. But do you think if the Palestinians lost, they would celebrate that loss? No, they would not. They would not. In fact, there's rumors of Saudi Arabia. You know what I'm saying? They might side with Palestine. There's rumors of it.
And that's
biblical
heavy that you mentioned that, because if you Black or Hispanic, even if you don't identify, you know what I'm saying, as Native American Indian, but if you Black or Hispanic, you know what I mean, should you celebrate Thanksgiving, which is the slaughter of the Native American Indians, which is your people? You understand?
That's the question of the day.
Yeah.
That's the question of the day. Now, see, we got somebody up in here, man. If you want to answer it, just type it on in there. Should Black, Hispanic, and Natives celebrate Thanksgiving? I know a lot of our people are shy, so I ain't gonna hold you to it. But the bottom line is we shouldn't. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna put it straight on out there. We shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get back with this article. All right. What was that? All right, I see where I was at. Said Dr. Kelly Masteller, Citizen Potawatomi Nation Cultural Heritage Center Director. According to an article published in the New York Times by Maya Salam in 2017, that sounds East Indian as hell. Thanksgiving facts and Thanksgiving myths have blended together for years. So the facts and the myths have blended together. That's something that's been going on through all these Christian holidays, all these United States holidays. They have been blending myths and truth. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So let's continue. Like so much gravy and mashed potatoes, and separating them is just as complicated. So they were like gravy and mashed potatoes. Separated fact from fiction is just as complicated now.
Oh snap!
That was heavy. That was a bar there.
That's a class title. I might steal that for Monday.
Yo, check it. The formation of Thanksgiving as an official United States holiday did not begin until November 1863. Now, this is when it became an official holiday, right? During the Civil War, President Abraham Lincoln officially established the holiday as a way to improve relations between northern and southern states, as well as the U.S. and tribal nations. Like it wasn't about the U.S. and tribal nations because the U.S. and tribal nations had no relationship at that time. It was purely between the southern and northern states. You know what that's telling me? That's telling me that hey, we're at war right now, but you remember when we was together and we whooped these natives backside?
Yeah.
That's how you improve northern and southern relations is by giving them a common enemy and make them reminisce on that common enemy and when we were superior over them.
Yep.
Like, how would Thanksgiving improve the relationship between U.S. and tribal nations? It just wouldn't. Especially knowing the true history between those two people.
Yep.
Nothing would be able to mend them wounds. Nothing. Just like nothing should be able to mend the wounds between Caucasians and Black people. Nothing should be able to mend the wounds between Caucasians and Hispanics. Nothing. But the wound between Blacks, Hispanic, and Native, that's completely mendable. And we should start mending it by not celebrating our enemies' victories over our brothers. But let's continue. Just a year prior, a mass execution took place in Dakota. Oh, man. Have you ever heard of this mass execution?
Oh, the Dakota tribal members.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was a mass execution of the Dakota tribal members. Mind you, these people that was in Dakota, they were forced in Dakota from many, many other areas. You know what I'm saying? This is after the Trail of Tears.
Yeah.
So they were displaced into Dakota for one, and then you gotta take so many of them in mass execution. So this so-called holiday, you gotta celebrate this mass execution with your enemy. Let's continue. Corrupt federal agents kept the Dakota seal. Oh wow, I just currently heard something about the seals. Okay. Dakota seal from receiving food and provisions. So the federal agents, the United States government refused to give those tribal members food and provisions. Refused to give it to them. They blocked any aid from coming in. They ain't blocking no aid from coming in from Palestine.
Yeah.
America ain't blocking no aid for coming in for Israel. But for you Black, Hispanic, and Natives, you will get all the blockade from your aid as possible. And let me tell you something. In Silk Falls, I believe North Dakota, there was a story. Let me show you how racism is continued. In Silk Falls, North Dakota, there was this two black. Well, one brother was a Negro, and the other brother was a so-called Hispanic. But they were both of the darker complexion, right? And they both truckers. They both riding together, and you know what I'm saying. They both knew each other. They met up at a Denny's in Silk Falls, and they were refused service. They were refused service, and it's a big racial issue because they were kicked out of the Denny's by police presence, and everybody's trying to hide their hand about it. Like it's bad enough Denny's already has a reputation of racism. It had a reputation of racism since the 80s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The way we see Cracker Barrel today, we did not see Cracker Barrel like that in the 80s. We saw Denny's like that. Cracker Barrel just seemed very bland and boring, so Black people never went there. But Denny's seemed fun, lighthearted. The food looked delicious, and Black people like to go there. It was off of every highway. So we went there, and in the 80s, they refused a lot of Black people from service back then. Well, tradition continues. So in Sioux Falls, they refused to let these people go. And the people that called, check it out. The person that called for the police to get these brothers out of there, guess where that person was at?
Mm.
That person wasn't even there. That person wasn't even on the premise. That person was the husband of the waitress, and he was a manager of Denny's. He wasn't even on the scene. So basically, when you listen to the police call, the emergency call, the 911 call, when you listen to it, he's acting as if he's there, but he admits that he's not. So that technically is defamation of character. And that's technically putting the brothers at risk. You act like all the witnesses said that those brothers were not aggressive. They just came in, sat down, waited for a waitress to come get them. No waitress even interacted with them till one of the waitresses was asked to escort them off the property. That waitress wasn't even a part of the problem. She was the white girl that was put in that area, and she supported her people like she should, and tried to get the Negroes and the yeah. What's the nice word of saying SPIC? They ain't one. Try to get the brothers off the property. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the lesson to learn from that is they stay united no matter what. On scene, off scene, no matter what. And we should do the same. None of us was on that scene when they were having that original Thanksgiving when Metacom's head was stuck on a pike for like 100 years. None of us was there for
that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But let's get back to the article.
Yeah.
Okay. Finally, at the brink of death from starvation, members of the tribe fought back, resulting in the Dakota War of 1862. And you know what I like about this article? It brings out a different point. Like the original history of Thanksgiving that I read before this one was all about the northeastern tribes. Mm-hmm. This is a whole different location.
Yeah.
So that's showing you that it's more of a united front and hatred towards one people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In the end, President Lincoln ordered 38 Dakota men to die from hanging. And he felt that Thanksgiving offered an opportunity to bridge the hard feelings amongst natives and the federal government. So he orders for 38 Dakota men to be hung. 38 brothers to be hung. And he thought bringing up this holiday would mend that divide. He thought some food will have us forgive everything.
And if I could,
right.
This shows why our oppressor is such the devil that the Bible speaks of. Okay.
Right.
Because he'll order 38 other, what is it, Dakota tribal members to
men
be
that were part of this. They're part of the CO, the CO tribe, but yeah, they were in Dakota at the time.
Yeah, but he'll order 38 of them to be lynched. And yeah, this is why he's such the devil the Bible speaks of. Then after he does that, then he creates a holiday. Right? He creates a holiday and the meaning behind it is supposed to be about community building and coming together in brotherhood and unity, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it said that he established that they established that holiday for that purpose, so that way they could create better relations between the Dakota members and them, right?
Right.
But Jesus Christ. So that's really like, oh my God, I'm not putting it together like I want, but
You got
best
it. You
believe I'm
almost there.
seeing
I
it.
feel
I'm
you. I
seeing
feel
it.
you.
I'm not coming out. I want to come with it.
Go
But it's
go
like,
with it.
God dang, you really, yeah. Like,
I
so
think
you
what
you
it is
you
that
you lynch 38 people. You
you're
create a
being held
holiday.
back. You're being held back because of the restrictions of what we have to say.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
may I tell you, brother, just say it.
Hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Any strikes or
But
something, I'll take to the head myself. You know what I'm saying? Just say it
now he
because
gonna do
this
that
has to
to
be
you.
done. Uh,
So
uh, uh,
lucky. If I could, I don't want to lose it. I don't want to lose it.
let me tell you something, man.
But I'm saying,
We got to
I'm
be
gonna just put it
shamed to the
like this.
point. Hold on. We got to be shamed to the point that we recognize that we are doing a disgusting act. And if it takes losing this channel for our people to feel that, then so be it.
Yeah.
Say what you got to
He
say.
said losing the channel. Yeah. But I'm gonna put it like this. You lynch 38 people, then you create a holiday for those people and the people that lynched those people. The meaning behind the holiday that you're pushing is community building, brotherhood, and unity. Okay? The two are couldn't be more contrary to another at this point.
Right.
So, you know, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. It's you know what I mean? And so black people that are celebrating Thanksgiving today, if you celebrate Thanksgiving, you are playing yourself. You are allowing yourself to be played out of the justice that you deserve. You understand? That's what you're doing. You're allowing yourself to be played out of the justice that you deserve. Because rather than for which is what it was designed to do, rather than focusing on getting justice from these people that have done these terrible things to you, right? You say, I'm going to come together with them and we're going to create a day to come together and be thankful and to have good relations between us and the same people that have us. That is what you're
Hey,
allowing yourself to fall into.
hey, let me
Mm-hmm.
put it in a simpler way. Remember those ovens in Germany in Auschwitz that the issues were cooked in?
Mm-hmm.
Those issues were cooked in that oven. We should celebrate the cooking of the issues in ovens. And we should have the Germans and the issues celebrate together. Y'all should come together and celebrate
Mm-hmm.
the victory of that. That's the way to
Right.
put it.
That's a way of but that's a way of but what I'm saying is you allowing yourself to be rocked to sleep. That's what you're allowing yourself to do when you celebrate Thanksgiving.
Literally.
You allowing yourself to be rocked to sleep. It's like, yeah, God dang, that's crazy. You allowing yourself to be rocked to sleep. You know
Right.
what I mean? Someone when you rock somebody to sleep, it's for the purpose to, you know, unalive them
Yeah.
or to do something, you know, to victimize them in some type of way. I mean, when you rock somebody to sleep, and that's what you're allowing yourself to do. But it's like we have all the information here. You know what I mean? If you knew somebody was plotting against you and you knew the scheme behind how they were plotting against you, right? Are you gonna go with the scheme after you have the information about that? Why are you gonna go with the scheme? You know, if somebody was plotting to take you out, right? And you got word back on the street that this guy that said he was your man's, he's plotting to take you out, and he's gonna do it this way, that way, that way, so that way you wouldn't know,
Like check it out.
right?
We got a question on Facebook. Didn't they get land and get paid? No. The natives never got paid and they never got land. Let me explain something. Back in what was this, late 1800s, early 1900s, for the reservation land, they had to build what they call it, tribal governments. And guess who's leading those tribal governments? $5 Indians. If you know what a $5 Indian is, you understand. But the leader of these tribal governments are $5 Indians. Now, these $5 Indians are the ones that run the casinos. The land that they're getting is never owned by them, it's owned by the government. That's why the government is so pervasive with running pipelines and highways through their land. So their land is never owned by them and they never got any money. Only people that got land and money were the $5 Indians, the fake Indians, the Caucasians who paid $5 to call themselves Native Americans. Those are the ones that got the land and got the money. Our brothers and sisters are still suffering all those joints, man. Continue.
After all we've been talking about here, everything that we've discussed, the article that we've read, right? That's the question that we get asked. And that is even furthering the point as to what we are talking about here, as to our people allowing themselves to be rocked to sleep. Because the question that we don't get asked, Slavi,
that person wants to celebrate Thanksgiving. That's all that is.
That's what it is. You want an excuse to celebrate Thanksgiving. You want an excuse to be a slave, to stay a slave. That's what you really want. And you're going to try to find any way you can. You're going to try to fight it any way you can. You understand? But I mean, I guarantee you, if we say something about the oppressor, it's going to be in the oppressor's favor when it comes from Black people.
Yeah.
Always. You know what I mean? But when we're trying to defend Black and Hispanic people and Native Indian people, we get, what do we get? We get our people coming up against their own people. That's what we get.
Right.
We're always trying to save the slave master rather than saving ourselves. And that's what we have been talking about this whole time. We're always trying to save the slave master, but we don't want to save ourselves. We always want to forgive the slave master, but we don't want to forgive each other. That's what we're talking about.
Damn right.
That's it on that.
And people, we're about to get back into the article. You know what I'm saying? And it says, and he felt that Thanksgiving offered an opportunity to bridge the hard feelings amongst natives and the federal government. It was propaganda. Dr. Mosteller explained, it was to try and build this event so that you could have a deeper narrative about community building and coming together in shared brotherhood and unity. Like,
right.
And that all that's at the expense of the Native brothers and sisters. Because peep it, while the Thanksgiving celebrated today may not have complete factual roots, Native Americans, Europeans, and other cultures across the world have held festivals and special meals in gratitude for bountiful harvest and to reflect the past year. Many across Indian country continue these traditions by simply sharing a meal with friends and loved ones without referencing it as a true Thanksgiving. Right? Let's drop down a bit. Let's get to it.
If I could, on that note,
go ahead.
with that being said, here's another thing onto it. It's designed for us, okay? It's designed for us to forget about all of the atrocities that we have suffered by the hands of the oppressor. That's what it's designed for us. That's what it's designed for. And when it comes to the other nations celebrating it, what it reinforces in their mind is that these are the people that you can destroy and no repercussion will follow after.
Right.
These are the people that are supposed to be destroyed. You know what I mean? These are the people that we shouldn't fight for because they don't even fight for themselves. That's what it reinforces in their minds when it comes to us. You know what I mean? Which is more of a reason as to why we shouldn't celebrate it as a people.
Damn.
And I know it seems like it's such a small thing. It's not really that big. It's about coming together with family and friends and being thankful for your family and your friends. That's what it's about. Y'all are thinking too deep on it. That's the history behind it, but that's not why we celebrate it. That's not why you do celebrate it because of that. You don't even know why you celebrate it. And the fact that we dropping this here, showing you why it was made for you to celebrate, and you still have a relentless urge to celebrate it, says that you want to remain a slave.
Salakia.
You want to remain a slave.
Peep it.
You don't want the other nations to respect
They
you.
also tell us
You want to suffer injustice as a people and get no justice for
Peep
it.
it. They also said that we got to be thankful for the bountifulness that was given unto us. The bountifulness.
How can Black people even say that? How can Black and Hispanic people even say that in the projects?
Right? The bountifulness. I mean, like
the bountifulness. The bountifulness.
like we rich. Like we rich.
It was the bountifulness. Okay, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, the bountifulness. I know it.
We gotta be thinking. Our native brothers and sisters are on the street corners right now, drunk as can be, nothing but beer cans and bottles around them. And you want us to be thankful for our bountifulness? Our bountifulness.
I don't know what we have.
We ain't got beer cans. We ain't got beer cans and bottles surrounding us. We got needles and crack pipes around us. We are no different from them. Our bountifulness don't exist. There's no bountifulness in the Black, Hispanic, and Native community. None.
Yeah. You know where there is bountifulness?
Where?
In the hands of the oppressor.
Right.
The oppressor has all the bountifulness. He has enough bountifulness to give you of his bountifulness. You know what I mean?
Not give you.
We get
but he giving Palestinians. He giving Ukrainians. He giving everybody else this bountifulness but us.
But that's what I'm saying. No, well, this is what I'm saying. The bountifulness, the slave master has so much bountifulness, he can give you crumbs.
Crumbs, really.
Okay? That's what he can give you. He can decide to give you crumbs because you have nothing. That's the bountifulness that he gives. SNAP benefits is not bountifulness. SNAP benefits is not aid to Ukraine.
Hold on, you trying to tell me WIC ain't bountifulness?
Yeah, WIC isn't bountifulness. Section 8 is not bountifulness. It's the crumbs off the slave master's table. That's what it really is.
Man.
You know what I mean? It's not an F-18 jet that is being, given to you to fight against your enemies. You know what I mean? It's not millions and millions and trillions of dollars to aid in your fight against your oppressor.
What about this glorious job I got? I got this new job, you know what I'm saying? You trying to say?
Oh, you got the job. Oh my God. We got a job now. We got a job. Well, the slave master has so much bountifulness, he can give you a job.
Exactly.
He can give you a job and never have to come to work himself.
Right.
That's how much bountifulness he got. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we destroyed out
Jesus
here,
Christ.
B. We destroyed out
Yeah.
here like a mother.
Oh, I'm losing light. I'm in the darkness now.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, damn. Hold on, let me finish up this joint real quick. All right, Plymouth and Pilgrims. That's the history that I know. Textbooks often indicate the Pilgrims settled in the Plymouth, Massachusetts, because the harsh winter was approaching or storms sent them off course from the original Virginia destination. Winter's onset cannot have been the reason. However, for the weather would be much wilder in Virginia than Massachusetts. It would be because it's warmer water. So when the cold and the warm meets, it would be wilder. So, moreover, the Pilgrims spent 6 full weeks until December 26th scouting the Cape Cod looking for the best spot. You know what I'm saying? Of course they had. The Dutch possibly bribed the Mayflower captain to sail north and a good distance from New Amsterdam in present day New York. Some historians believe their arrival in Cape Cod was purposeful, right? But let's get with it. Historian George Wilson have argued the Pilgrim leader wanting to be far from Anglican control never planned to settle in Virginia. They had debated the relative merits of Guyana in South America versus the Massachusetts coast, and according to Wilson, they intended a hijacking. Celebrating the Pilgrims already knew quite a bit about what Massachusetts could offer them. So they didn't come into Massachusetts unaware. They knew what was in Massachusetts, right? Hold on, let's skip the disease part. We all know about the disease that they had, but let's get to Squanto. The story of Squanto, a member of the Wampanoag tribe, is much less innocent than the narrative that he assisted the Pilgrims with teaching them how to grow crops and take advantage of North America's bounties. Like Squanto, according to white people portraying him, is seen as a snitch. He is seen as a traitor. He is seen as if he is weaker than his father, right? That's what Squanto is represented as, but Squanto wasn't really a traitor, right? 6 years before the Mayflower arrived in present day Massachusetts, a slave trader captured Squanto. Like, listen, did you hear that? 6 years before the Mayflower arrived in present day Massachusetts, a slave trader, you know what I'm saying? A slave trader captured Squanto and, traded them off. So imagine that. I know we like to believe that blacks were the first ones, but no, we wasn't. Squanto was a slave, and a group of Native Americans, with help from the Catholic Church, Squanto escaped and found his way back to New England. So Squanto, after being a slave, found his way back to New England. You know what I'm saying? With the help of some Catholics. Basically, he used them to get back to New England, right? And found his way to New England where he learned English and eventually returned to North America. So Squanto, he was a native that learned English. I know they like to say we were dumb, we were savages, but Squanto learned English, right? While let me scroll down a bit. While I know it says the Squantum, but the Squantum is his original tribal name. For some reason, just easier to say Squanto. But Squantum was overseas. New England's indigenous experience a monumental death rate. Like, oh yeah, let me put you on game. Squanto was, I just said his father's name. But Squanto,
Talking about Metacom?
what you say?
Metacom?
Yeah, Metacom. Squanto was Metacom's son. He's basically a prince of this tribe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, with some communities losing nearly every tribal member to the decimating effects of European diseases, like these Europeans were so nasty, so disgusting, so
I'm surprised we skipped that part. It's a lot. I said, I'm surprised we skipped that part.
The disease part, because the disease is common knowledge. The disease is common knowledge. We know they brought smallpox and all these other diseases. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
We all
I mean,
are quite familiar with the dirtiness of European people.
that's all I wanted to touch on.
Oh,
That's it.
Oh, you want to go back on it? You want to read it?
Just how hygienic Black and Hispanic people and Native Indians are in comparison to, Caucasian folks.
Yeah,
we had to teach them how to bathe.
Yeah, we had to teach them how to bathe.
I know y'all know that.
Yeah,
we had to teach the oppressor how to bathe.
Yeah, they know that.
Okay, he didn't know how to bathe. He don't know how to bathe, but he's ruling the world right now.
Yeah, he's ruling the world only because we taught him how to bathe.
Yeah, I think the people that need to teach someone how to bathe their behind are the ones that should be in power and control of the earth.
That would
what I mean?
That would be glorious. That would be a beautiful thing.
I think so. Yeah.
And that day will soon come. We just need Israel and Palestine to kill more of each other. We need the other nations to get involved. We need World War III to be in full effect. Right now, we're just at the beginning of it. We've been at the beginning of World War III for a couple of decades now. Let's get to the middle. Let's get to the climax.
Come on.
What we need to do.
Yep.
Kill each other off. You know what I'm saying? But Salaki, let's get back with it. My fault. I was getting a little excited. Upon returning to North America, I don't understand why they said that. Let me read it properly. Upon returning to North America and his village of, it's actually Pawtucket, but Pawtucket, Tisquantum found early piles of bones of his fellow tribesmen killed by plagues. He realized he was the sole survivor of his village. The illness spread so quickly that many local tribes never had time to bury their dead. But it's more than the diseases. Once they were weak enough, the pilgrims would come through and burn the whole village. So the bones weren't just cleaned after time, eaten by bugs, flesh eaten by bugs. No, a lot of that flesh was burnt off of those bones. A lot of the flesh was burnt off of those bones. But let's continue. Where Tisquantum's village once thrived, the pilgrim established Plymouth Plantation. What did they establish where his tribe was? They established a plantation that still stands today. But they got little Black, Hispanic, and Native kids taking field trips to. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue. During this time, the Wampanoag lost up to 75% of its people, while a nearby enemy tribe, the Narragansett, did not. You know why? Because the Narragansett was about smoke. The Wampanoag was trying to, have peace. The Wampanoag leader, Massasoit, saw the Pilgrims as possible allies against the Narragansett. Yeah, they were kind of weak at the time. They thought they would be, but nope. Due to his English-speaking abilities, Massasoit used Tisquantum as a translator. Though the Wampanoag leader did not trust his fellow tribal members and held him as a prisoner. So Tisquantum comes back home just to be held a slave to Massasoit. Rather than continue a life of servitude to Massasoit, Tisquantum established himself as a key resource to the Pilgrims, teaching them how to survive. Like, I understand. Now y'all thinking that he might be a sellout, but watch, when you go deep into it, he wasn't. The Wampanoag and the Pilgrims made a treaty to establish an understanding that the tribe would look out for the Pilgrims against their enemies and vice versa. Squanto's travels acquainted him with more of the world than any pilgrim encountered. He had crossed the Atlantic perhaps 6 times, twice as an English captive, and had lived in Maine, Newfoundland, Spain, England, as well as Massachusetts. All this brings us to Thanksgiving. The Pilgrims celebrated their successful harvest in 1621 by shooting their guns in the air, which caused Massasoit to bring together warriors and prepare for a battle. You know what I'm saying? Instead of fighting, the Wampanoag and the Pilgrims worked together to prepare a feast. Watch. In the article published by Indian Country Today in 2011, Thanksgiving Day is a time of grief for Native Americans, which it is. Many natives continue to gather at Coles Hill near Plymouth Rock and remember the losses experienced for the past 400 plus years. Though the National Day of Mourning, the event began in 1970 when the Commonwealth of Massachusetts invited Wamsutta Frank James to address the public on behalf of the Wampanoag people. However, once organizers learned the subject of his speech, which included highlighting the death and broken promises at the hand of the settlers, colonial powers in the United States, James was no longer invited. This prompted the formation of the National Day of Mourning. James wrote, "The action of Massasoit was perhaps our biggest mistake. We, the Wampanoag, welcomed you, the white man, with open arms, little knowing that it was the beginning of the end." You know what I'm saying? Now, ways to combat the false narrative for those in education. Basically, that's basically saying a lot of nothing.
Mm-hmm. It's their proposed solution to stop people from teaching the
The false narrative,
false narrative
which I do not agree.
of Thanksgiving. Huh?
But I'm gonna read it anyway. But I don't agree with it. But encourages seekers alternative curriculum and guest speakers from Native communities that can shine an appropriate light on the holidays history. Like, okay, you want to shine an appropriate light on holidays history. How about this? Don't celebrate the holiday. Forget shining an appropriate light on it. How about just not celebrate the holiday? How about not replace it with some BS? You know what I'm saying? How about all that? Like, I noticed that everybody likes to, like, they replace Columbus Day with Native American Day. Now they want to replace Thanksgiving with National Day of Mourning. I understand. But at the same time, it's erasing a history that should be remembered.
Yeah.
Don't erase that history. Don't erase that history, because once you erase that history, we will forget who our enemy is.
And the fact that our oppressor is willing to do things like that shows you that it's not beneficial. It's the equivalent to them renaming uh, Dudley Nubian Square.
Exactly. When
It's
there's
the
nothing
same
Nubian about
principle
Dudley.
behind it. You want to change you want to change the name of Dudley, and I can halfway understand that. You know, you want to do something against the slave master or what have you, but all you're doing is erasing the remembrance of a slave master, and that is it. And realistically, what that does is it further propels the propaganda that they want to push, which is the coming together of, the uniting of, this and that, so on and so forth. It reinforces that in your mind. That's what it does. You know what I mean? Because, that's why they created the holiday. And then now that now if you can successfully remove the man that did the thing to you from the equation, then there's nothing left to be angry about.
Right.
There's nothing else to move on. It's over now because the man that you're mad at is gone. When the man that you're mad at is in front of your face every day. You know what I mean? You can't just be mad at Christopher Columbus. You know what I mean? You can't just be mad at those people in history, prominent names and figures. You have to be mad at that person. You have to be mad at the nation that person comes from. And you have to require that judgment be delivered on that nation for what those people from that nation have done to you. Okay? If you're just mad at Christopher Columbus, you're not thinking big enough. You're still thinking on a small level if you're mad at Christopher Columbus. If you're mad at Dudley Thomas, you're still thinking on a small level. You're not thinking big enough. Because now, are you satisfied that Dudley's name has changed to Nubian Square? You should be mad that Black people are incarcerated in an disproportionate rate to our Caucasian counterparts. And not only that, but all the other ethnic groups. We are disproportionately incarcerated. You should be angry at that. You should be angry that we live in impoverished communities due to the fact that we were enslaved by the oppressor, and when we were so-called freed from slavery, we had nothing. We had nothing to establish ourselves. And even when we did try to establish ourselves in, the slightest form, our oppressor came and destroyed it. You should be angry at that. You should be angry at all the things that happen in your community that you are dissatisfied with, and you should channel that anger in the direction of the oppressor, in the direction of Christopher Columbus and his nation of people.
Damn right.
And the Spaniards, the Portuguese, the French,
The Dutch.
you understand? The Dutch, all of these people. You should channel your anger against them, against those people, and require that they face judgment for the things that they have done to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? And how you do that is you come back to the truth of the Most High, to the truth of the Lord, and you change yourself, and you become the brother and a sister that the Lord called you to be. You know what I mean? And the Lord will cause World War III to erupt into its fullest capacity, and you will be delivered. When these people are destroyed, you know what I mean? The Most High will intervene and take judgment for you. You understand?
Damn right.
Right like that.
So on that note, man, we're going to end this, man. You brought up a heavy point, man. I just want to close it off with an announcement. You know what I'm saying? We got April 20th. It's going down, y'all. I'm not sure if y'all know, but it's going down. The Passover, April 20th. in Durham, North Carolina, in Bull City. We're gonna be in Bull City taking over. But this ain't our first time. This is our second time in Bull City. You know what I'm saying? This is our second time in Raleigh, Durham, man. We're gonna be taking it over, man. $200 per person, man. Oh, sound like a lot to you? Sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
$200 a person, man. Guess what that gets you? That gets you access to the Passover. That gets you access to the Feast of Unleavened Bread.
That's right.
That gets you access to the Black Party. That gets you access to the Landslaughter. That gets you access to the Kids Party. That gets you access to the scripture breakdown with General Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? Free transportation to all these events. Free transportation everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And there's babysitting available if need be. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to get to no, it's not even about if you want. You have no choice but to get there.
There ain't no excuse.
There's no excuse. This is the law.
You got the kids, it's not an excuse.
Right? Drag them badass kids with you. Drag them.
You got work, it's not an excuse. Put in the time now.
Right?
Put in the time request
Put in the
right
time
now.
request today. Put it in. Tell them that you ain't going to be around for at least about 2 weeks. Just tell them 2 weeks. It's only going to be a week, but tell them 2 weeks. Now make sure that you got the time off. And you know what I'm saying? It's no excuse, man. We about to be out there deep. And you know, we always have little parties every now and then, regardless. There's always going to be something going on, man. You're going to see Black unity at its finest. You're going to see Black love at its finest. It's the only place where you don't have to worry about anything that you got being stolen. Only place you don't have to worry about your kid being pulled into some bathroom and being molested. Guess what? These acts amongst us are death penalty offenses. We ain't going to do that to one another. This is the safest place for Black, Hispanic, and Native. Believe that. Please believe that. You know what I'm saying? So pay your Passover fee, pay your tithes. And with that, I say shalom.
So they Glock 17 up there.
You said what up?
Oh, okay. I figured it might have been off.
You know that's my nigga. He don't even know how much of a fan of his I am. He don't even know.
Till his brains bleed.
That's my nigga right
Imitating the TVs.
You don't even know.
They only telling half the story.
Right,
They don't show
exactly.
thugs cry when situations get gory.